Hi, families. I know that you've all had a number of emails, so I just wanted to jump on and just read the weekly email to you. So that way, if maybe you're just driving to work and you prefer to just listen to the updates, you can. If you're someone who prefers to just read it, no problem. Feel free to stop the video right now because everything I'm about to say is embedded in this email. But if you're like me and you're also a visual and auditory learner, I wanted to make this video to support you. So just to kind of update what you're going to need to know in week 4, I just wanted to start with the fast reading test results. There's been a lot of conversation about the fast reading test. I've really enjoyed meeting with each student individually, and I wanted to make a note on a few changes that I'm going to be doing moving forward after examining the data. So first of all, I'm using this data to make our small reading groups. I cannot make those reading groups until I've tested every single child, and I will not be done making those assessments until this Monday, and it will take me some time to then examine the data and make the groups. So later next week, you'll be hearing from me about what group your child is in. And there will be 4 time slots, and those will take place after lunch. This is the one big change you need to notice. Notice I say note change. We will no longer have small groups on Fridays. We will only have them Monday through Thursday. And the reason I made that change is because one of our reading specialists that we work very close with in first grade does not work on Fridays. And I just did that change to basically collaborate with her schedule to be cohesive with the support that she will be giving some of my students in the class. And I will email you if your child is going to be working specifically with one of our reading specialists. And those she works with students who need severe reading intervention. Just to be clear, no reading groups on Fridays. It's just Monday through Thursday, and there will be more information to come on that next week. An update on Lexia. As I started to look more in the first grade curriculum for Lexia, I realized that doing 1 circle a day might be too much work because some of the levels have more work than other circles. So moving forward, your child is only expected to do 15 to 20 minutes of Lexia play each day. If there's any questions on that, please send me an email. Materials update. So as you see, there's this materials update. Some people have been asking me, what does my child need each day by their desk to be ready? So if you go on the class calendar, there is a blue circle at the very top of the calendar, and it will tell you all the essentials that they should have every day, no matter what. They need to have those things. And I have that written in the blue circle. If there's ever an extra material, something special that we need for a special assignment for one day, I will put it on the columns under that day of week, under that day of the week. For example, if it's Wednesday, I might write under Wednesday, students will need Post-it notes. That's not something they're going to need every day that week. And so I'll put it specially under that day. But for the most part, your students are going to need whatever is in that blue circle every single day. As far as our Your Turn practice books, those are those red workbooks that have the squirrel on the front, that have those pages you can tear out. Many parents have been tearing out the pages that we do as we work on them each day. That's fine, but the issue is the next day we might be working on the back side and the students are struggling to find those papers in their folders. So if you're going to do that, that's fine. But just make sure those papers are available to your child if we haven't done both sides, because we might be doing the back side the next day. My suggestion would to be keep them in the books, have your child work on them in the books, and I will email a list of the pages at the end of the week that we completed, and you can tear them out at the end of the week, and we'll just put them in the folder because I will collect the workbook pages, and you just tear them out at the end of the week and put them in the folder. As far as our class calendar independent work videos, some of you at the beginning of the week asked me some questions about math because you didn't know how to complete it, and I had to direct you to the independent work videos. I just want to make sure that Every day you are logging into the calendar, check that independent work section, because sometimes I include an instructional video to support a worksheet that might be a little more difficult, that the student might need a visual. So always check that area. Some days I don't have a video, and some days I do. So it's just always safe to check. As far as turning in work, this Thursday and Friday, so August 20th and 21st, are going to be days that you can turn in work. You have two opportunities to do this. Thursday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. or Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And just to clarify this, I know I've already been over this before, but there will be a big cardboard box in front of the school, in front of the office. It'll say Purcell. There'll be some little filing slots that has your child's name on it. I'm going to take a folder with all their new packets, just like the packets you have now, like those Zoom packets that look like this for each day. I'm going to put them inside the folder, all the ones they'll need for the next 2 weeks. I'll put them inside the cardboard box. You're going to come. You're going to take your child's folder out, and their slot will be labeled. So if it's Nerali, you're going to look for the name Nerali, and I'm going to take that folder out. Then I'm going to take my yellow folder with all my completed work that I've done over the last 2 weeks, and I'm going to put it back in for Miss Purcell to see. Also, this week I'm giving out PlayDoh, because in a few weeks we're going to be doing a project with PlayDoh. So right next to my box, there'll be another little box with a bunch of little PlayDoh inside. You just take one, and please take one, because I'll only have enough for one for each kid. So if brother or sister comes, I'm sorry, but they're going to have to share the one PlayDoh jar with your student. Also, this is just some closing notes. Student coaching. So I'm noticing a lot of parents sitting right next to their children while we're doing our assignments. I know it's very tempting to do this because this is a whole new environment, but now as we're entering into the 4th week of school, I want us to try to establish some independence with our first graders. So maybe that means mom and dad also bring their work computer and they're working on things in the room, or maybe mom and dad are working, doing some chores around the house. So the student has an opportunity to sit at their desk by themselves and be independent, just like they would in a real learning environment. And it's my goal to make this like real school. So encourage them to mute and unmute. And that means maybe letting them struggle for a second. And that's part of school. We're going to struggle and then we get it. That's okay. Just like riding a bike. You have a hard time and you maybe fall a little bit, but you get back on and you keep going. And then also, if your child keeps turning to you asking the answer, encourage them to ask the teacher. Say, you don't know the answer? Please ask Miss Purcell, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to teach them. And I sometimes use different tools to help them find the answer. And I use careful questioning. So please allow me to support your child in that way. And let's work together to make them independent first graders. And I just want to say thank you for being some of the most supportive families that I've had the privilege of working with in my teaching career. So I'm just so blessed to have all of you, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.